Olsen, and welcome to Inside SoCal. As a chef, what does it take to be a cut above? We turn to the pros for answers. Chef Dave Barron's culinary skills are serious. Seen first in Los Angeles at his Michelin star restaurant Dialogue, and now at Pajoli, a neighborhood staple in Santa Monica where he whips up French-inspired dishes like his version of a grilled cheese.
So when you go to France, you get the baguette with ham and cheese on it and butter, and it's like that great snackable thing.
Yeah.
We just wanted to take that and see how far we could push it. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do.
Very far.
Yeah, you got to take it somewhere. We take the baguette, we cut the top and bottom off of it. We caramelize Gruyere cheese onto the bread. So there's a crispy layer of cheese on it. We're using Bayonne ham, which is a French ham.
This is a whole new way of making grilled cheese.
That's all yours. You listen to your food, you look at your food, it'll tell you when it's ready.
Oh, golden brown. Look at that. He was even tapped to teach Jeremy Allen White, star of the hit show The Bear, to become a believable top chef.
You know, he was working 10, 12-hour days with us. He was back there scrubbing the kitchen. It's a testament to the dedication he had. Like, yeah. He wanted to be that chef.
How did he perform on television?
He did great. Yeah. It was great, yeah. I mean, it's funny, I was texting him a few weeks back, and like, I once locked myself in a walk-in cooler too, so, you know, I could totally empathize with that moment where he's sitting there and he's like, you know, you're trapped in the cooler, you can't get out. Yeah. Yeah, I thought they did a great job.
Chef's advice for anyone looking to improve their skills? Start with the fundamentals.
The knife, that's your foundation, right? Like, I think that and the spoon are the two most important tools you have in the kitchen other than your hands. You know, I think there's a few fundamental things that no home cook does that's very indicative of being in restaurants. It's one, you gotta have a big cutting board. Everyone has little cutting boards. Everyone has tiny knives. They're trying to cut things that are too big. Have a bigger knife, have a bigger cutting board. If you don't want to chop straight down, because even if your knife is really sharp, when you chop straight down, it still bruises it, right? Like, it's clunky. Right. So you really want to use the full length of your blade. But you're doing great. There you go.
But if cooking isn't for you, there's always a spot for you at the bar. It's so messy, not a little bit.
My name is Nick Brokowski, and I'm the owner-maker for Fell Knives.
Nick is an artisan making kitchen knives by hand here in East Los Angeles, one of a small few that do this full-time here in LA. His fascination with knives started when he was young.
I've been into knives since I was probably like 9 years old. My grandpa used to buy me a lot of knives when I was a kid, and that was definitely like the first spark of things.
So were your parents concerned at all that your grandfather was giving you knives as a child?
Surprisingly, no. They were oddly supportive of it. I was always very responsible with them.
Top chefs value knives as the most important tool in the kitchen. And Nick understands that great knives are just as important at the best restaurants as at home in the kitchen.
As far as having a good knife, it just completely changes the whole process. You know, I know a lot of people hate cutting tomatoes because the skin and the squishes apart. When you have a good knife, it makes it effortless and it makes it fun, and you can really start to just enjoy that process. So, I mean, what makes a really good knife, in my opinion, is heat treat, making sure that the steel's treated to the right, basically, hardness. A lot of factory-bought knives, they're kind of dumbed down. They're made so that they won't shatter or break on the average user because people use them to open cans and cut ice and do all sorts of crazy things that a knife honestly shouldn't be used for.
And for those interested in making their own knives, Nick offers introductory classes.
I start with an intro to bladesmithing where we go over the basic fundamentals of forging a knife, grinding a knife, and that's kind of it. It's a very simple one-piece forged steel blade. You don't have to have any prior experience. It's just kind of come in and I'll show you the ropes.
Oh my gosh, you can see it coming together.
I mean, every knife is completely unique, and it's all design, and making a knife that looks good and feels good in the hand, it's a fun balance. Yeah, it's a product I believe in. I use my own knives every single day at home, and it just makes it fun. You gotta make sure the blade's straight. All right, here we go. The Inside SoCal kitchen knife.
Nick, yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Look. That's all for our show. I'm Erica Olsen. We'll see you next Sunday. Inside SoCal is presented by Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.